Fourth grade, this is the video lesson for Lullaby, or page 12 in your packet. So Lullaby has a couple of new things that I want to talk about before we get going. First of all, it says 3/4 at the beginning. If you remember, we have talked about how many beats there are in a measure. When we do our compositions or our whiteboard rhythm dictation, we generally do things where there are 4 beats in a measure, right? This is just different because there are 3 beats in a measure. That's all that has changed. There are 3 beats in a measure. The beat is still the same. The quarter note is still the beat, and it still stays steady. The next thing I want you to notice is a review from last week. The second measure houses a note called the dotted half note. We talked about this last week. The dot on next to a note adds half of its worth. So the dotted half note is worth 3 beats because a half note is worth 2. Half of 2 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So you would hold a dotted half note for 3 beats. The other thing I want to point out is there's a new note in this song, and that is D. It's directly below the staff. It's thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's really important for D that your holes are covered and sealed and that you use a gentle airflow. If you're blowing too fast, you're going to get this. Put your airstream down and go slow and gentle. Pause the video and practice D and make sure you're able to do that successfully before you try to do this song. All right, so let's do our normal method of learning music. We're going to clap the rhythm. 1, 2, here you go. Ta, 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 ah, ah. Ta, 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 ah, ah. Ta, 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 ah, ah. Pretty simple. The rhythm is pretty repetitive, and the note pattern is also fairly repetitive. Notice that in the third line, the second measure, the stems are missing. If we were in person in our activity book, we would be drawing the stems, but just play them quarter notes as they are meant to be. So our next step of learning music is to clap the rhythm and say the note names. 1, 2, ready, go. G, G, E, D, G, G, E, D, 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 E, D, D, E, G, G, E, G. I'm going to challenge you to do this one without writing in the note names because it's only 3 notes. So you just need to know that G is in the staff on the second line, that E is on the bottom line of the staff, and that D is below. And match that to your fingerings and you'll be set to go. If you absolutely need to write some note names down, that's okay because we're learning in a weird way. But I really think you could do it without them. It's not too tricky. All right, so our next step is to finger our notes. 1, starting on G. 1, 2, here you go. G, G, E, D, G, G, E, D, 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 E, D, D, E, G, G, E, G. So practice the way we perform. So even though you're practicing notes, you're going to want to hold those dotted half notes for the 3 beats. The last step is to play the music. These lower notes are things that take time. So if you're getting lots of squeaks, especially in the third row, it's okay. Your fingers just need to get used to sliding into the right spot. This may be a song you have to practice multiple times before being successful. And that's okay. You're building muscle memory here. It's not necessarily something that happens overnight. All right. So I hope to see you in Zoom meetings Tuesday and Thursday at 2.